Welcome back, Tropical Boise. My name is Rich. Hey, as you can see, we finally have some weather. Looks like it finally decided to show up around here, which it's kind of interesting because we've had such a mild winter. It's kind of ended up pretty normal, except for we usually don't get this in February. We had some really cold temperatures with it as well. Didn't get a lot of snow, but for February, it's pretty rare. This is the real first snowfall that we've had all year, and it was only about 3 or 4 inches maybe, and it's finally starting to melt. But we got some cold temperatures. It finally hit zone 7 on our temperatures, which I'm kind of glad that it did. We got down to 5 degrees for one day. Had a couple others that were 10, 11, but just the one that was 5. And so it was nice to kind of see what those boxes would actually do, and I'm pretty pleased with the results. So let's go ahead and take a look. So first we've got here the needle palm, and he looks pretty good. I had to plug that thermal cube in without him because it wasn't coming on, and I knew that when we were down into single digits it had to be cold enough out here, so just came out and have left him on since. Just kind of moved the box. He's real easy to move, and the cold spell's passed. It's probably, I don't know, low 40s right about now, and it is supposed to finally warm up. This that cold stretch of being, we only had highs like in the low 20s, was more than 20 degrees below normal for this time of year. So yeah, most years I've got flowers already popping up, and actual flowers. I showed you the bulbs that we had in January. Normally these guys would already be flowering. I'd have crocuses back here, but February decided to give us a little bit of winter. Cactuses don't look very happy at all. Hopefully they came through that. I'm not really sure what kind of cactuses they were, or how cold hardy they were. I left them out last year and they made it, but they do look a little bit unhappy. The Mediterranean fan palm over here, he's one of the boxes that got actually down to about 27 degrees, even with the thermal cube on. I didn't have to sew him up. He still looks nice and green out there. I decided to leave it because I figure, 21 degrees is everything I've read is the time when they can really start taking damage. So I figured if it's 27 in there, St. George gets that quite a bit in the wintertime in terms of an overnight low. That's still very much a zone 9 temperature, and it seems to be doing all right. All of them seem to be nice and green. The needle palm, he also was at 27 during that low, but he's supposed to be the most cold hardy of them all. So he looks pretty good. Looks like he's pretty green. All the other boxes stayed above freezing, even at that 5 degree temperature. And they look pretty happy. They get to look at the windmill palm here. Still, nice and green down in there. I don't think he's taken really any damage at all. It still looks, really good. Didn't have to close up any of these boxes, which, that's good news. We 5 degrees. It's pretty rare if we ever get any colder than that. So that's about our limit. The California fan palm, looking great. In fact, he's been growing all winter. That spear you can see is kind of spreading out in there. Dogs are going crazy about something. Not really sure what they're all fired up about. Yeah, you can see it's snow starting to melt, but it's kind of a bummer that we got it this late. Usually, this is pretty rare for February to have the snow on the ground. I do think it's supposed to get up into the 50s by next week, and then finally decided to unbox the Sarah Reopens here. He still looks really good as well. He's got a really little box. That box is not very big, so pretty easy to heat him, and so he's kind of come through it pretty well as well. So yeah, let's go look at what we have on tap. The weather does look like this is going to go away here in the next week or so. Okay, I just want to talk real quick about what we had here with that weather that we dealt with here over the past couple weeks. You can see we did have it get pretty cold. That single day of 5 degrees was pretty cold, but the boxes still did pretty fine. The average was they're over freezing in all of them. Like I say, the needle and the Mediterranean fan palm both got down to 27, but I'm not too terribly concerned about that. It does look like we're going to come out of it, though. I look at the weather forecast this coming week is still a little below normal, but temperatures will be fine for the boxes. And then, we start getting into more seasonal, more normal temperatures for this time of year, and should be coming out of this here pretty quick.
National Weather Service, I notice on our 8 to 14 day look has, us becoming above normal again. So everything looks pretty good. Hopefully next time I do a video, we'll be at least taking one of the sides of the boxes down, if not the whole thing. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.